So I needed all these materials to create content, but also in that new environment to connect with people and do other things like charity and to be on the ground. Create this ecosystem where you're physically meeting with people, spending time together. If I was in that country and I wanted to buy all these things, even if it's individually, it will cost me triple the price because of postage, shipping, and all these things. So the closer I am to AliExpress, to Tamiya, to Yokomo, Kyosho, allows me to be able to buy the products. So I was able to buy all these products, the lights, the carpets, drift carpets, tiles, just complete to build a whole full studio, functioning studio, our workshop, big workshop if I get the chance to get that. So that's in the plan. Okay, it's been a long time since we sat and talked. And I just wanted to tell you a story about a couple of things, but at the same time, give you an insight of what's coming in the future with Afrodust RC. My name is Collins. I have another channel, DSK2 Designs, where I make and mod tech stuff. If you're into that, you can always check it, how to hack systems and everything in a legal way for experiments, educational purpose only. Don't catch me on that. But I just wanted to talk about the Afrodust RC and the journey that has become what it is. So over the years, this is an interesting story, so you gotta listen to it. So over the years, I actually first came to find out about crypto while I was seated somewhere having a drink, and two guys were seated behind me long time ago, 2010, and they were talking about Bitcoin, or 2011 or somewhere like there. And I was listening and I was like, what are these guys talking about? And I kept on talking and kept on talking. Anyway, then I got into it and did a lot. And yeah, over the time I stopped. I was like, yeah, whatever. And then in 2018 or 19, I was seated and I was like, you know what? Let me give it a shot again. So I got $500. And then I was like, let me just invest in it and see what happens and, learn the market. And I was willing to lose the money, but I wanted to learn. So I started, I bought some ETH, I bought some Bitcoin, and also I bought some other coins. But I was mainly into ETH because of the journey and the process that we're going to take and the concept behind it. I thought if I'm going to attach myself to something, it has to be something that has an ecosystem that's growing and has purpose and has reason, not just for speculation. But in the process, I learned quickly that ETH was not doing anything rather than just speculating on its future, where other coins were moving and making money within the week and the days, depending on how you look at it. So every evening I would sit down and study the market. So I had a Coinbase account, and with Coinbase, what they used to do was give you a graph of what happened in the week, the month, and the year. So you would get to know how the coin is moving, when it moved like that, what time it moved. So every evening I would look at it and say, okay, in America, a lot of people would start investing from Friday night to Sunday. So the shit coins or whatever, Pepe and the rest of them would move mainly around the weekend. So people would put some money, and by Sunday, the thing is back to negative. So I kept on doing that. I would throw in 100, I would throw in 200, and even more. Even if the gas fees were high, we still were able to make a profit. Or sometimes you leave it for a week and you put in $200 and you come here $400, and then you can learn how to move around and change the money or change the coins that you're buying. So I did that and I was to enjoy it. It was just a fun thing that I was doing, and sometimes I would lose money, sometimes I would make a little bit of money, and eventually I moved to 1,000 and I was so ecstatic. I was like, damn, this is so cool. And at another point from 1,000, I made like 700 and I bought a Tangem wallet. So I learned about Tangem wallet and how you can store your crypto, safely and all these other things. So I bought one, put my money there, and said, this is where I put like the original capital that I had put in, and then the rest of the money for play, I leave it for play. And then with some money, I bought an RC car, So I was like, okay, I got some money. Anyway, Over years, then it ended up getting to $4,000. So $4,000, you pay that thing, a few things here and there, when you're buying certain things that you're not, yeah, anyway. So I paid for some things here and there. So I did some things, paid for even some accounts that I had and all these other things. I'm not going to explain it to you, but yeah, you know what I mean. When you want to watch super sports and all this other stuff, you have to pay with crypto. Or if you don't want someone to trace you or things like that. So recently, so you get to understand the market and you get to understand what's coming, the bull and all these other things and the predictions, and you watch some YouTube channels. And I also have a friend who was an accountant who was very good. So we would talk and, we'd sit down and he would tell me, hey, this is happening, and I would listen, go try this coin. He also liked shit coins because you could go in there and come out with a profit. And it was moving fast, so you get the adrenaline. So eventually, I was like, okay, cool. So I made my money through it in the Tangem account and left it there. So recently, I got wind that the market is going to crash. Just recent, like the last, where they halved also the ETH. ETH dropped to, I think now it's about 1,000. Let's see. Because I still have the Tangem account. Now it's on 2,200. And Bitcoin is on 77. So it has actually moved $77,000. So it has actually moved up. So when the drop happened, I was tired. I had done this for a long time. Yeah, I made $4,000. People make millions. So I never made the millions, but for the $4,000, I was like, I can't do this. I like my life to be on a certain flow. I hate the, drastic up and down type of vibration. And I was investing in Afrodastar. See the little money I'll get, I'll put it into it, buy a body, buy this, make a video, So I thought to myself about the whole social media thing and how a lot of people now are connecting in real life. A lot of people are doing business in real life where they are connecting to 20 people on the ground and they can make a profit, and 10 people on the ground or 5 people in real life, and they connect and they do things together. And I wanted that ecosystem because the social media system is nice, but you tend not to connect, and it feels vague. So I wanted to be outside. And I know the real money is outside. So I took all my money from the crypto and I decided I'm going to invest everything into RC cars, bodies, parts, everything. So I did my inventory and sat down and bought boxes and boxes of things. $4,000 can get you a lot of things, by the way. Don't let people fool you. So I ordered a lot of things from AliExpress, from lights, carpets. Now, the reason why I did that was because I'm moving out of Japan. So this is the basement. Here I have all the other RC cars, parts, trucks, bodies, four-wheel drive, models, tools, first aid kit, lights, those type of things, and all the other RC cars that I have built. I have them all in here. And also I have my mini store, so I can be able to come and pick up parts if I need some parts. I can be able to also order parts if I need parts. And it goes on like that. My tire stand. So if I'm going to drive them, race them, I can be able to just come here, pick up the tires, glue them, do everything, and then I'm set. And that's it. I have also a lot of parts for the Tamiya. I have the drift mat carpets to put them in, and also now these are coming for the future studio, the future workshop that I want to have. I want to make a place to drift. I also have the garage lights ready to put them on top. So I'm just preparing a lot of things for the next stage, because that's where everything is going to be happening. So I'm getting ready for that. We're almost 2 months into the move. The Sakura chassis and all these other chassis that I have that haven't even been open. I also have down here more stuff that still needs to be opened, made, reviewed, and things like that. And it goes on like that. So the same here. We have bodies, the mini four-wheel. So I have this 95 Ford F-150 XLT that still needs to be built. It's a scale of 1 to 225. Never been opened. I bought it somewhere in the middle of Japan's countryside. So I have a lot of them like that I've been collecting over the years while I was in Japan. So also here I have a lot of other bodies that are waiting to be opened, reviewed, and this will come later on in the year. So I have projects set for that. So the first thing would be, when the time comes, I need to pack all this stuff. I have also mats like this, and like a plastic carpet, and these are very good for drifting. You can be able to like build them in the house and run truck around. So I bought them to experiment and see how I can be able to design my own drift circuits to just place them and, you know, drift a little bit with the scale of 1 to 24, 1 to 28 type of cars. So that's what we have for that. And another body waiting to be done. So this will come next week. Next week, or the start of this month, is just focused on spray painting bodies, because I have the paints here and there's a high chance I won't be able to go with them. Otherwise, I have to export them with some of the batteries to wherever I'm going to. So I do a special export box just for explosive and all this other stuff. Such a process to think about this, because I'm technically going to move all this RC stuff to another country. That's the plan. So I'll show you. I'll take you guys along with this. So we're going to be checking it out. So today I'm looking for something in particular. I need another tire to go at the back of at the front of the tractors. This will go to the front, or maybe just leave it. We'll see. Let's just go with it. And then I'm looking for the paint, the paper. I'll just leave this here. And I'm going to a new country, and I have a vision of what I want Afrodust RC to look like and to be there. But also it would allow me also to have a space where people can come in, connect, build their cars, listen to music, records, do, just vibe, but a sober space, because I'm a sober person. So a space where people can come and chill Friday night or Friday evening or the weekend and spend hours there just tingling around, exchanging ideas, crawling, learning how to drift and all this. But also in the process to take this joy that I've learned from what I'm doing and duplicate it to the kids who are in the homes, do charity work through Afrodust RC, donate things, connect with them, get old toys from the people in my neighborhood and wherever I'll be living, and also give back to the kids and have projects that are geared towards that. So that's a vision, that's a dream, that's the idea, and it's coming. But now the problem is, or how it's going to come is quite difficult, and I'll just break it down to you. For everything that I have acquired and everything that I have to ship out of the country. So I'm not just packing my bags and going, I'm moving the whole house, garage, gym, if I don't get someone for the gym space, and the whole house. So what happens is you get the container company coming, 3 companies come, they give you a quote. Once you approve the quote, then you can start the shipping. You have a specific date and they do a week before you actually move out of the country. And what they do is they come with their team and they pack each and everything in your house, then ship it, and then on the other side, arrive in the house that you found and unpack everything. Now, certain things are very difficult to export. Let's say spray cans, electronic like batteries, lithium batteries, lipo batteries, and the rest of them. So this you have to do a special courier to transport it for you to the other side. Let's say you can use DHL, or you can use also those companies, but they have a special team that under the UN something charter, you need to have it packed in a certain way. You need to have the licenses to export spray cans. that we're still working on. So there are a lot of behind the scenes things, and you have to do an inventory of each and every item and its value, right? Whether it's this Tamiya lights or it's the car itself. How much did you pay for it? This microphone, how much did you pay for it? So eventually you will get to know what your asset value is in your house plus whatever you have, or the company you're trying to export. And then with that, they can be able to give you an insurance quote to know what would happen in case of an emergency. Then they can compensate you for if the container falls in the water or something like that happens. So that's where we are in. So me, I have 2 months before I move out. And then in the 2 months, I have to do all those things that I have stated. A lot of things are in process. We have the date fixed. We have the company fixed. I need to do the inventory of each and every item to know the value. Then they can be able to come and pack and give out whatever I need to give out. But most of the things I'm not going to give out. I just want to move everything and go with there, so that when I build the other studio with the vision that I have, it can be, first of all, a nice place, a nice space to do more content, to enjoy, to build, and then also on top of that, to be able to film properly, to have the correct lighting, to have the correct space. So I've learned a lot in this process of, we say, 4 years being here, to be able to now say, okay, when I move forward, I want this and this and this and this and that. So all that is in the woodwork. But first, we have to find the space. So eventually, we're looking at about next year, January, to start. That includes moving the things, landing there, finding the space, building the space, starting to shoot content. So that will take me till January from now. So sometimes I might be not posting, and that's the reason. And I also have to find what type of content I'm going to shoot in between while I'm at limbo, or what am I going to do. And I thought maybe during that time I might focus on the merchandise design work, all those things that I've been putting aside because I spent a lot of time building. So I want it to be a very effective and efficient company where in the future I can be able to have 4 or 5 people working for me, and for it to grow to outseed myself. That's a vision. On top of that, you might be wondering, but bro, me, I don't even like your stuff. It doesn't even grow. Like, look at it. You just get this and this views and this. Yeah, that's not a problem. That's not, actually, it's a blessing in disguise, because I want to connect with people. Like, I want to connect with authentic people. I want to go out there and meet people and discuss and enjoy people who have the passion for it, people who want to learn about it. And also, I'm blessed in a position where I don't need that to make this. It's actually the opposite. I'm actually passionate about the RC cars. So even if I switch off the camera, I'll still be making RC cars. Even when I'm not recording, there's so many things I don't show, but you'll find me just like, oh, what am I doing now? I'm painting this body, I'm doing this. It's just something I do. I've done it for years. I'm within it. It's me. So the views and all these things are just, I'm a tenant to YouTube. They can decide to post my thing and make it go viral, or they can decide not to. They can the demographics can decide to watch or not to. But what they cannot take away from me is the passion. They can elevate it to some extent, but if I allow that to happen, but they cannot dictate how I feel about it. So I'm very keen about that. I'm consciously aware of that. And it's through these moments where you get no views and everything that you learn that difficult lesson that, hey, what are you doing it for? And then once you are clear about that, then everything changes. But still, you can hit the like button, subscribe, share, all that stuff. And come back and watch a few things, because it's going to be interesting. There's so many things that will catch your eye. And also I want to get to a point to build bodies for myself, the polycarbonate bodies, to experiment with that, to put screens on RC cars, to make camper vans, like to go mad on it. Because for years I used to be like, 1 foot in, 1 foot out. And then I thought, you know what? let me take all the money from the crypto now. Let me do it seriously. Let me, not even seriously, let me just go in all out and see what happens. And then now, on top of that, when I think it's just my nature, when someone tells me it cannot work, I make it work. So when people say, but you're playing with toys, I'm like, yes, that's exactly what I want to do. That's what I'm passionate about, because my mental state has already seen things differently. I've already seen the vision of it. I've seen the potential of it. I've seen what it has done for others. But also when I saw it when I started in like 2009, and when I was young with my brothers and we used to make those wire cars and all these things, I knew what it felt like. And that feeling is still there. When I tinkle around and it's moving, I'm like, this is it. So I've always been, maybe I'm an addiction for that, but I've always been passionate about making something, watching it come to life and playing around with it. And then I'm like, that's it. So people used to tell me, man, come on, share. People will like it. I'm like, really? So there was a time I was not even on social media for like years, almost 7-8 years. People were like, yo, man, your artwork. My artwork, even you can't see it now, it's not even there. People are like, your artwork, this stuff that you do, wow, it's great, share it with people. Family was like, share it with people. I'm like, nah, me, I just do it because I like to do it. And the RC cars were like, yo, but yeah, we know their toys and everything. What are they? And I like the curiosity of people. What are they? Please share, please. And then I share and people are like, yo, how are you doing this thing? And for me, it's just like, I do it. I like it. I want to tinkle. I find something, I'm like, ooh, and my brain goes crazy on projects. So when I visualize a project, I'm like, I'm gonna make it. So right now, I'm even thinking of the next project. But anyway, I'm working on this, so make sure you watch the next episode. I have a whole series of Let's Make RC Cars. We are in episode 14 or 15, somewhere. So go check out the previous episodes and we'll carry on building. Our goal is to get to wherever. We don't care. We're just going with the wind and see how it gets us. So I'll document some of the processes of moving. I'll document some of the processes of building the studio. I'll also document these last parts where I build some more. I have a couple of cars, 3 or 4 cars that I need to build before I start like, okay, now it's time to move. So stay tuned for that. I just wanted to share that. It's a crypto story. And also crypto has always been that thing where people say, don't do it. And I was like, okay, let me go check what's happening. And I made $4,000 from 500. And that's what I've invested into RC cars. It's not a lot, but it bought a lot. So, see you on the flip side. We're out. Where's my remote? I'm still working on this, so next episode, check that out.